Hello and welcome to Connect. I'm your host, Randy Shabilo. On today's show, we'll have Shane Arthurs with us from the Draggins Car Club, talking about the upcoming Draggins Car Show and the Easter long weekend. As always, we'd like to connect with you. Email us at rtvsaskatoon@rci.rogers.com. Find us on Facebook at ConnectYXE and catch past interviews on our YouTube channel. The 64th Annual Draggins Rod and Custom Car Show is taking place Easter weekend. We have Shane Arthurs with us today. Thanks for coming to the studio.
Thanks for having us. We're excited. The car show's coming. It's really like 30 days away. We're getting all pumped here. This is exciting. So,
I want to talk maybe a bit about yourself and how you got involved with the Draggins and kind of go from there.
One of my guys that worked for me, Gary Grischuk, him and Dale and Rod said, "You need to join this club." And I'm like, "No, I don't got time for a club." I said, I'm too busy. And the next thing you know, I got joined. They voted me in, and here we are. It's probably been, close to 10 years, I would think now. And it's been a lot of fun doing it. I got to do some major roles, and I was president for 2 years. I did that, but that was COVID, so that was really hard. Did a lot of online stuff then, but now we're looking after things, and I'm enjoying it.
Do you have to have a car to belong, or have acquire one? Or,
you need to have a car, a special interest car, or a car, a vehicle, something. Yeah, a lot of people, say we want you to join, but I don't have a car. Well, you need a car. It's a car club. So. And we want you to bring your car so you can have fun with the rest of us, and you can show off your pride and joy and smile while you're driving. So,
what would you say the membership would be at about these days? Is it close
I think
to
we're
50,
we're about that 35-ish, I would think, roughly. So, we could use some more, and everybody, once car show comes around, everybody gets excited about coming to join. So that's what we want. We just had another new member come here, and he just got voted in to do his probation for a year, and now we're excited. So,
what do you see out there with levels of interest in cars? I can't imagine anyone buying a 2010, domestic or imported vehicle. Is it kind of leaning more towards those old muscle cars?
Yeah, they're still leaning towards the old muscle cars, but it's you got to consider that some of the younger kids they grew up with an 86 Chevy half-ton, right?
There we go. Yep.
So they want that 86 Chevy, they want 1940 International. So, but there's still some of the younger members that have come on that are younger than me, and they have the old hot rods, and I'm like, that's pretty impressive. So, yeah.
With the Rod and Custom Car Show, been around as long as I can remember, but it's always kind of that signature event of spring that we've come out of winter.
Yes.
But it's also a fundraiser. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, these guys decided, I think after the second or third car show they decided they had to give their money somewhere. They didn't know where to do or who to do. Well, they joined up with, I think it was Easter Seals originally, I think they called it, and then it became into Saskabilities, and now it's, Camp Easter Seal. And they have done everything, the pool, cabins, a truck and a boat and a dock. And I think last year we just did the year before, we redid the pool because it was sinking a little bit with all Manitou had all that extra water.
Sure, yeah.
So then these guys decided, and they get on the campaign and donate. I think we're over 3.5 million total, roughly, they've helped over the years. So it's great. It goes to a good cause. And we're excited. Everybody's excited in the club to help.
What happens with people who do come? I mean, it's an admission fee, but it's also a donation.
Yes, if you look at it, that it's going to cost you $20 to get in. That $20 is sending a kid to camp. And some of those kids and parents can't afford to go to camp. So now we give all that money to Camp Easter Seal. They get in. And then there should be over 200 plus, I think there was 280 cars total last year in displays and dealer displays. So if you really think of it, it's like 10, 12, 15 cents a car, and you get to see a car show at the same time, and there's lots of excitement in the car show. So,
what happens with some of the fundraising events? I'd imagine there'd be some raffles or giveaways or things like that. What is happening there?
This year we are doing a live memorabilia auction at 4 o'clock on Saturday. The Pinstripers, presented by Rod Hot Rods, comes in. He does all these pinstripings. All the 4 boys come and they do all their pinstriping all weekend long. We get that for the auction, and then we auction off all the signs, and then half the dealers, or I should say all the dealers, just will give us something to auction. Like last year, we raised a lot of money in an hour and a half, and now we're doing a silent or buy a ticket on a transformer. This thing is 8 feet tall, 4 feet wide. It's made out of styrofoam and cardboard, looks like the Bumblebee, and it looks really cool. It's over 8 feet tall. And then we got a trike, you would buy tickets on that. And then we got live bead rolling from Owen Jeancart, and we're gonna sell tickets at his booth, and his artwork is usually worth about $1,000, so.
It's remarkable, the varied interest that I've seen over the years, and with the Antique Auto Club and all the partners that we have across that level of interest,
Yes.
I guess, if you say for that, not a sport, but it's a hobby, I guess.
It's
one
a
way.
hobby, yeah.
Yeah. If people are looking, what do you hear, generally speaking, in the halls and in your time with the club? What's your general takeaway with what you see? There's families, there's grandparents and kids.
Yeah,
and
if you see the grandparents are in, and the next thing the son's going and the other son's coming in, because they're all enjoying it. They've been in it since they were kids. They've seen it, and we got some young members that dad's still in the club. So, they've all, intertangled with all of them, and they've all excited, and they give that excitement. And the families come. Like, a lot of people have kids in the club, and they all come and they all help out. It's amazing to see what a good group it is to deal with. Like, all the members are great.
What do you see with people who are attending? I know I've often heard chatter in the halls of families coming in from Lloydminster or Watrous or, down up around Debden. I don't know how you want to talk about that. But if people are making an actual trip down here from 2 or 3 hours of driving, that's a big commitment.
Oh, it is, and they're coming. They're getting there by 9 o'clock as the door is opening, and then they're spending the day there. They're buying food, they're buying a T-shirt, then they do one tour around. Next thing, their kids are racing their valve cover or racing their Hot Wheels down the track, and then they do another tour. And some people are there for 6 or 7 hours. And then some people come Friday and they say, well, I didn't get to see everything. So I'm going to come back on Saturday and I've got to do this again, because you come in a second time and you go around, you're like, well, I didn't see that last time.
Yep.
How did I miss that?
Yep.
But there's so much going on. And then with the Battle of Mechanics is going on. That's a huge crowd.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and that's huge, So everybody wants to see these people putting together a Chevy 350. It's pretty amazing. So
with that I call it a race, but I guess it's a timed event.
Yeah, it's timed. Yeah.
What are there licensed mechanics, or are there students, or any combination of teams?
No, they're anything from a full mechanic to just off the street in your backyard. Like, there's a mom and son team together every year, and they're not mechanics, but they do it, and they get in there and they have fun doing it. Just make sure you don't forget the socket in your pocket and don't get a 5-second penalty, and you're going to learn the hard way. But yeah, it's pretty competitive. Canadian Tire Preston Crossing gives us some huge prizes, and we probably have another 30 sponsors on that Battle of Mechanics that really helps us out. So,
some of the sponsors are quite impressive. You have listed on the posters. But the Hot Wheels thing, I mean, even as a kid, I can still remember just the excitement of, that new one that I've always wanted, and there it is. Do you have anything like the Hot Wheels at this event?
Yes, we have Big Thanes Tea is given away, and Ideal Paint Solution are two of our sponsors that help us out with Hot Wheels. And then I built, probably 4 years ago, I built a Hot Wheels track. So, and it sits on a big long table, and the kids come and they can just race their cars down. It has a timed event going down. It has a clock at the bottom, tell you who won, and 4 cars at a time. And the kids that place is packed at the Hot Wheels track all weekend long. It's crazy, actually.
I might take that in myself.
You might have to go check.
Relive my youth.
Well, everybody, you see a Hot Wheel, there's still a little kid in you. I don't care how old you are. There's still a little kid in you. You see that Hot Wheel, you're like, oh, I don't have that one. I got to get that.
That was me.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
What would we expect to see with the types of cars? Are there any coming from out of the city or out of the province? Do we know that
I was
yet?
checking with the boys the other day. They said there was one coming out of BC. It's 32 highboy or a 32. I can't remember exactly what it is. There's two of them together, but they're in a 20 by 20 stall together. So that's going to be really cool. Got some Wizzy paint on an old Charger. That's coming with a Keith Black motor in it. There's just lots coming like all over. We're pretty excited. I think there's like 175 cars in already. So, I mean, we don't got much time yet. There's 30 some days only, and we hold up right to the week before we go to make sure we have enough. And I think last year was 220 in, and there must have been another 40 cars in dealer displays. So there was quite a bit of cars last year. It was pretty impressive. So,
and this is going to be held where?
Prairieland Park, Easter weekend, April 3rd and 4th, 9 to 9 both days.
And you mentioned a $20 admission.
$20 admission, 6 to 15 is $10. Kids under 5 is free, and they get a Hot Wheel. And then anybody with cognitive dysfunctions get in for free with the people that are coming with them.
When we look at these vehicles, it's one thing to appreciate not only the, I guess, cost is obviously a factor, but the amount of time that goes into that. What can you share with us in terms of building some of these vehicles out?
I mean, people spend, the amount of hours that they spend building a car is, I don't think you could calculate your time and pay yourself, because if you really looked at it then, you probably paid yourself $5 an hour. And really, in the end, as long, like I said, most people, if you're behind the wheel and you're smiling when you're driving, there is nothing else that matters, because you can't take that smile away from you. Doesn't matter what color, what kind of car, but the amount of hours that people spend in their garage or have somebody do it, but the amount of people that spend homegrown stuff in Saskatoon is astronomical. There are some nice rides that come out of here.
What do you think about the quality and the workmanship that we're seeing locally? Because we have some pretty impressive car builders and people that just know their stuff. Are the cost of paint, I guess, is that another major
Well,
item?
the cost of paint has went up. I'm sure it's probably doubled or tripled by now. Like, it's not cheap to paint car. I remember years ago you'd see Mako for $3.99 would paint your car.
Sure.
Well, you ain't going to do that for under 15 or 20 grand nowadays. Like, and the time to do it. Everybody thinks that it's a quick job, and it's not. You have to prepare everything and make sure everything's right, because if you apply that paint and it's not right and it's peeling, well, there goes your money out the door. So do you try it yourself, or do you pay the right guy to do it so you got some warranty? So it's not easy, and some guys are painting right out of their garage, and they're turning out pretty good.
It's amazing stories.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, I know a lot of hot rod guys who work out of their houses and out of their businesses, and they do a great job.
That's how it happens.
It is, yep.
Shane, best of luck to you. We'll see you there that weekend, and the Easter weekend on April. Thank you to the club, all the members. I know it's not just you. There's a whole slew of guys behind you, and your families.
Yes, yep.
So thank you for that and your efforts. Right on.
No, I appreciate that, and thanks for having us. And come on down Easter weekend and check things out.
We'll do that.
Perfect.
That's our show for today. I'd like to thank our guest, Shane Arthurs from the Draggins Car Club. I'm your host, Randy Shabila. We'll see you next time on Connect.